hearing from people inside the DOJ right now about what this Gaetz pick would mean for the future of the department.
They are absolutely horrified, Anna, and that's not an exaggeration. And they're not speaking by name, but I'll just tell you that John Bolton, who's one of the most conservative figures in Washington, who served as Donald Trump's national security advisor, just said in the last hour that this is the worst nomination for a cabinet post in American history. It's just mind-boggling, and it takes up much of the Attorney General's portfolio, that national security part of it that we don't usually see because much of it is secret. And it's an incredible responsibility, and Matt Gaetz just doesn't have anything in his resume that would suggest he's prepared for that. And then you have this other side where he's threatening to blow up the department and has accused it of being corrupt. And he actually has said he believes that Merrick Garland has ordered the FBI to investigate Joe Biden's political opponents. If you believe that, then you might believe that you can do the same thing as Attorney General. That's not what happened, but Matt Gaetz appears to believe it, and there's a real fear inside the Justice Department that he or people like him would order investigations where there was no predicate, where there was no crime.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. Merrick Garland is an evil piece of trash who should be in prison the rest of his life just for what he did against pro-lifers. And yes, the DOJ is corrupt and awful, and it is hilarious watching John Bolton criticize anybody because that guy's been a piece of crap for pretty much his entire adult life. Joining me now is the host of the Michael Knowles Show. You may have guessed it. His name is Michael Knowles. Michael, I love it that Matt Gaetz is impolite. And to be totally honest with you, like I said in the opening of the show, I think Matt Gaetz is freaking obnoxious. And that's exactly what we need. Just some bull in a china shop to go in and make everybody miserable. I love it.
I think this pick was brilliant in a number of ways. The first one, though, which very few people are talking about is, you'll notice we're not talking about Pete Hegseth anymore. We're not talking about Tulsi Gabbard anymore. We're not talking about some of the other Trump picks that I think were terrific picks, but that had generated a little bit of controversy. Trump, who is a master of politics, obviously pulled off the greatest comeback in American history, got elected for president the first time he really ran for it. President Trump, I think, has really done a trick here because, one, it's getting a lot of his other cabinet picks and top picks to go through more easily. But two, it's focusing attention not even on Matt Gaetz, but on Merrick Garland. Because any accusation you want to make against Matt Gaetz is, I don't know, he's too political. He would not allow Lady Justice to be blind. Oh, yeah? You mean like he would send federal agents in to spy on Catholic parishes and he would go arrest pro-lifers in front of their 7 kids for praying at an abortion clinic? Oh, yeah. You mean like all the stuff Merrick Garland's done? He would wield the Justice Department to attack his chief political enemies? Oh, yeah. You mean like Merrick Garland's done? Anything you want to say about Matt Gaetz, the decisions of Merrick Garland over the past 3.5 years have been far more egregious.
No, they are, and we can't forget about that, Michael. Honestly, the part I love the most about it is people within the DOJ are afraid. And to be honest with you, I don't disagree with you on the strategy thing. I give him a coin flip chance at getting through confirmation. We don't have a huge majority, and the Senate is where any principles go to die. I don't know, handicap it. Does he get through?
Well, he might get through. It depends on if President Trump is really going to force these recess appointments. But I think even there, the issue of pushing the recess appointments is another brilliant piece of political strategy from President Trump. You saw when Matt Gaetz was nominated, he immediately resigned from Congress. So he burned the boats. He's going full steam ahead. This is a great show of confidence. And now President Trump is going to be entering office by putting even Senate Republican leadership on its heels. Senate Republican leadership has never been known for being the most rock-ribbed conservative group in the United States. So President Trump already is forcing them to take sides. He's beginning his negotiation by talking past the sale. He's throwing out everything. Matt Gaetz, recess appointments. So even if they pull it back a little bit, okay, Mr. Trump, we'll give you Matt Gaetz, but just please don't do it through a recess appointment. Okay, great. Trump gets exactly what he wanted, and it's because the man's a good negotiator.
Let's talk about Tulsi Gabbard. Obviously, lifelong Democrat Tulsi Gabbard has been very vocally anti-establishment recently. I don't love her. I don't hate her. I love the idea that somebody with an axe to grind against our evil intelligence community is now going to be kind of in charge of the intelligence community. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. I'm very pro Tulsi. This is a good spot for her, too. Someone asked me if Tulsi Gabbard were qualified for this, and I thought, well, she's got military service. She's served in Congress. She's obviously a thoughtful woman, and she's come to conclusions that were politically difficult for her, but it led her to switch parties. So I think she's got a ton of credibility on all of that front. I also think it helps that she's a woman because the DNI has to be rather organized. You know, you're bringing together, like 18 agencies or something? You got to organize all of that. So I think Tulsi is actually a phenomenal pick all around. I don't really see the criticism of it. This is something that Trump has done well with some of these appointments, is even for controversial appointees, he's putting them in positions that are really good for them. He made this point at his rallies at the end of the campaign. He said, look, we love Bobby Kennedy on health. We love Bobby Kennedy on big pharma. We don't like Bobby Kennedy so much on energy and oil and natural gas, so we're not going to put him over there. We're not going to put him at the EPA. We're not going to put him in charge of drilling. We're going to put him at the places where we can all agree. I think even someone like Mike Waltz, who's not the most right-wing Republican when he was in Congress, but he could probably make a pretty good NSA. Domestic policy is not going to matter with NSA. And I think here with Tulsi, the fact that she is skeptical of a lot of corruption within the deep state and within the intelligence agencies, DNI is a perfect place for her.
You know, I know you like the fact that she's a woman, but that is actually the part that concerns me the most, having a woman in any position of power or leadership. Doesn't that concern you, Michael?
Well, I thought, Jesse, speaking to you directly, I thought that by making this point on organization, that I might be able to make it past your virile facade. But apparently not. I have failed at that endeavor.
Well, best of luck to you and yours. Michael Knowles, thank you, brother. I appreciate you very much. I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.